Coming up here on Mountain News this morning, road crews in one eastern Kentucky county battle winter weather as they try to keep the roads clear. And we sat down with Senator Rand Paul to discuss a variety of topics impacting Kentuckians.
Dedicated to eastern and southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Well, we have made it to Friday. Good morning to you. It's 4:59. I'm Dakota Makeris, and I hope everybody is safe and at home and warm. Let's take it over to Brandon Robinson for a look at what's happening right now outside. Brandon, some flakes are coming down. Last time I watched by the window, there were some flakes, and thankfully you and I made it to work this morning.
Exactly. So we were in good shape as we got out the door this morning. A very cold start to the day out there. No flakes when I was coming back in, but I believe you when you say that because we're seeing there on the satellite and radar loop for the last few hours, and we're going to continue to see those for a little while longer. And you'll see, again, maybe a little bit of northwesterly flow trying to move in there overnight there, so we're going to continue to watch that. But a few snow showers still out there this morning. Light snow showers mainly around the Hazard area, just to the north and just to the south of Hazard. For the most part, everybody's starting to dry out, though, but that doesn't mean that everything is looking quiet out there this morning because it's cold for sure. 14 in Jackson and Wise, 13 in London, 13 in Irvine, 16 in Pikeville, 14 in Williamsburg. So a lot of teens out there this morning thanks to that snowpack, and it's only going to get colder. It feels like when you factor in just a little bit of wind, single digits or close to zero this morning. So again, just be aware of that. And it's going to be a cold morning. So max warming needed on the coffee meter. And as you head out the door, if you have to head out the door, remember there's still some icy roads out there. Road crews have been working hard all night to get some of that cleared up there. But some spots may not have even been touched yet. It's going to be about 24 this afternoon. So a deceivingly cold day, even with the sunshine coming a little bit later on. Dakota?
All right, Brendan, thank you so much. Well, while the snow is kind of picking back up, the slick roads are still very much a thing this morning. Let's head outside to meteorologist Cameron Aaron, our resident snow reporter. Cameron, good morning to you.
Morning, Dakota, and you are right. The snow is starting to pick back up here outside the studio in Hazard. We did get a nice break overnight where the snow kind of tapered off, but right now a pretty nice snow shower coming through the area this morning. So like you said earlier, be sure to, if you have to be out, to take it slow and to urge plenty of caution this morning because these roads are pretty icy in some spots. And I will notice here under my foot, under that layer of snow, there is about a layer of ice as well underneath that. So that's something that we're going to keep on watching throughout the rest of this morning and into tonight, because like Brendan mentioned, we're only getting up into those middle 20s today. So as we get towards the latter half of tonight, we are probably going to see more in the way of some icy roads and some icy travel as we really struggle to make it out of the 20s today, even though we do see some of that sunshine. But we are going to keep you updated as we go throughout the rest of tonight and into your Saturday as well before we get back up above freezing. Dakota?
All right, Cameron, thank you very much. Well, road crews spent the night battling snow and ice even after the snow stopped falling. In Pike County, crews started preparing on Wednesday and were out in full force cleaning roads last night. With the main roads nearly silent, some people hit downtown Pikeville for a walk around the snow globe. Kentucky Transportation Cabinet officials say that is the best way to take it in the snow, urging against driving on the roads until crews can take care of all the trouble spots.
The visibility is going to be extremely low. So just, if you don't need to go anywhere, stay home. We just don't need the added cars and trucks on the road right now.
Well, if you do have to be on the roads, officials say you should give yourself a little extra time to get where you are going and give the road crews a little extra room to work. They say following only the plowed lanes and avoiding the others is the safest way you need to travel. Well, in southern Kentucky, drivers had to deal with a similar problem on Thursday. Snow fell heavily in London, causing traffic issues there. Almost whiteout conditions were reported in some places, like on 5th Street, where an SUV ran off the road. State police say most of their crashes were just north of the city in Rockcastle County, where the interstate was closed for some time in 2 places. Police say it's important to remember what can happen in conditions like the ones we witnessed yesterday and what can happen very fast.
Winter is made to the bluegrass. People like to do stuff. People like to go places, and we can have all the warning we want, but when it hits, that first shock is shock factor. When it hits us, we kind of lose our mind, and people that don't know how to drive in it, you know, they lose their mind and that's when they wreck because they're going a little too fast.
The Laurel County Sheriff's Office and London Police worked several crashes during the height of the storm. Meanwhile, the city of Hazard is prepared and ready as bitter cold temperatures follow the snow. City Manager Tony Eversole says crew members are working around the clock, ready for any situation the weather may bring. Now, he says as far as water outages and pipe bursts are concerned, outdated lines were replaced during the summer. Now, he adds if there is any trouble, you should pick up the phone.
Please do not leave your faucets running. That uses way more than what you think, and it puts the whole water system behind when you drain the tank.
Well, Eversole asks again for everyone to refrain from keeping your faucets on as temperatures drop. Well, don't forget, we have more snow coverage and the latest closing on our WYMT News app. Now, if you have not downloaded it yet, just open up your camera and point it there at the code on your screen. Now, this will take you to a link to our news app that you can download. You can always find the latest closings and delays along with breaking news alerts. Now, we encourage you to download both the WYMT News and weather apps, a great tool there. Well, in other news, we sat down with Kentucky Senator Rand Paul on Thursday. The senator discussed various topics like the one-year anniversary of the January 6th insurrection, the deadly tornadoes in western Kentucky, and the Omicron variant. He says right now we need to focus on taking care of those who are sick with the virus.
As a doctor, if you came to me, I'd take care of you regardless whether you were black, white, brown, whether you're vaccinated or unvaccinated. We need to get rid of this hatred towards people who have chosen not to be vaccinated and take care of people.
The senator recently filed for re-election and says he believes the government is spending too much money and going too far into debt. You can find more of our interview on WYMT.com. Thank you so much for getting your very cold Friday morning started with us here on Mountain News this morning. When we come back, we now know the funeral arrangements for the beloved actress known as America's grandmother.
The snow has pretty much ended, but the cold is just beginning. I'll tell you when we could see a warm up above freezing in about 3 minutes.